All right, moving on. So when it came to graphing linear equations previously, we just kind of looked at the equation, came up with some uh, x's and y's that we can maybe do in our head, right? But that's not always going to be feasible or practical, right? Instead, it'll help to have maybe a systematic way of coming up with ordered pairs that we can plot and that we know we'll feel confident are solutions to our linear equation. So that's what we're going to cover here next. So in order to do this, we're going to create an XY table in order to graph linear equations. So what we want to do is take the equation in standard form and solve it for one of the variables. Usually it's going to be for y. Then we're going to set up an XY table and choose 3 or 4 values of x. And step 3, for each value of x, substitute that value of x and solve for y. And write the value of y next to the value of x related to it, and then plot the ordered pairs and draw a line through them. Okay, so let's kind of tackle this a little bit at a time. So step 1 is going to be taking this equation, which in this case, it's in standard form. It's in standard form. And we want to get y by itself on one side. So we need to add 2x to both sides here. And we get y is equal to 2x minus 3. All right. So this is going to help us when it comes to setting up our XY table. Now, I don't want to squeeze my information in, so I'm not going to put anything to the left of this graph. Instead, I'm going to put my XY table down below. So we've got a column for x's, and then we have the expression on the right-hand side, which is 2x minus 3. And then we're going to have our related value of y. So I'm going to, that's probably a little bit too long. Now I'm setting it up this way so that you can maybe more immediately see the relationship between x and y. All right, so we're starting to set up our XY table. Okay, that's part of step 2. So let me put step 2 right here. And we need to choose 3 or 4 values of x. So without really thinking about it, I'm just going to choose -2, 0, and +2. Right, and let me go ahead and draw across here. All right, now step 3 is for each value of x, substitute that value of x and solve for y. So here is our expression 2x minus 3, and we're going to simplify it knowing that x is equal to -2. So we're going to put 2 times -2 minus 3. And 2 times -2 is -4. And then we've got minus 3. And that's going to equal -7. So one of our first ordered pairs is -2, -7. So let's go ahead and plot where that is. So that's going to be -2 on the x, which is here, and -7 on the y, which is here. So the point -2, -7 is right there on our xy plane. Okay, then the next one I chose was 0 for x. So this is going to be 2 times 0 minus 3. And 0 times anything is 0, so we're just left with -3. So we got -3 here. So we have the point 0, -3. So we have 0 on the x, -3 on the y, which will be there. So I'm going to go ahead and plot. I'm going to write down the coordinates for that ordered pair there, and then the coordinates for this ordered pair over here. So I didn't put the coordinates for the first ordered pair because I wasn't quite sure where the line was going to go. And so I didn't want to write down those coordinates and have to erase it. Okay, then we have our third ordered pair, or sorry, our third value of x, which is 2, positive 2. So I'm going to substitute that in like so. And 2 times 2 is 4. So we've got 4 minus 3. And 4 minus 3 is positive 1. So the third ordered pair is the point 2, positive 1. So here 2, positive 1. Okay, so that was step 3. And it's kind of doing something funky there. Put this back here. So yeah, that stayed. Okay, step 4, plot the ordered pairs. I kind of did that ahead of time, and draw a line through them. So I'm just going to do my best to draw a line through these points without hitting the scroll right-hand side of my window here. Now I'm going to draw a line through my points. So it's going to be something like that. So that line is the graph of minus 2x plus y equals negative 3.